We spend a huge part of our lives online, but have you ever really stopped to think about what it means to be a citizen of that world? So today, we're going to break down the rights, the responsibilities, and the rules of what's called digital citizenship. Okay, so before we dive into the digital stuff, let's just think about the real world for a second. Being a citizen, well, it means you're part of a community. You've got rights, for sure, but you also have responsibilities, like, being a good neighbor. But what happens when your neighborhood isn't made of streets and houses, but instead it's made of apps and social media feeds and online games? I mean, our lives are just so completely wrapped up in these digital spaces now. So the really big question is, how do we navigate them responsibly? And that leads us perfectly into our first big topic. See, to be a good citizen anywhere, you have to understand the environment you're in. So let's actually define this place where we're all spending so much time, the cyber world. So what exactly is the cyber world? Well, think of it as the entire virtual environment that's built on the internet. It's not a real physical place, but it's where we share, we learn, we work, and we play. And the most important rule is also the simplest one. Just like in the real world, you are responsible for your actions. And man, this digital world is packed with some seriously amazing opportunities. So let's kick things off on a high note and explore all the incredible benefits of our online lives. The scope here is just massive. I mean, think about it. We collaborate on work projects with people on different continents. We can get medical advice almost instantly, manage our entire financial lives right from our phones, and of course, find endless, and I mean endless ways to be entertained. It's kind of hard to find a part of our lives the internet hasn't totally revolutionized. Let's zoom in on a big one, education. For millions of us, school, well, it recently went from being a physical building to a laptop screen. Platforms like Google Classroom and Microsoft Teams basically became our new hallways and libraries, making it possible to keep on learning from anywhere. And this completely changed the game, right? Physical school often means rigid schedules. If you can't be there, you might just miss out. But online education, whoa, that offers some incredible flexibility. You can often learn at your own pace and get access to all these helpful digital resources whenever you need them. It's a whole new way of accessing knowledge. And of course, there's the fun. Whether you're binge watching a new series on Disney Plus or teaming up with friends across the globe in a game of Fortnite, the cyber world is basically our playground. It's an amazing source of entertainment and connection. Okay, but with all these incredible benefits, there's another side to this world, a darker side that we all really need to be aware of. So let's take a look at the dangers that are lurking just beneath the surface. Because let's be real, just like in the real world, not everyone online has good intentions. So what happens when our digital lives are threatened? The number one threat we face online is this big umbrella term called cybercrime. This is basically any illegal act or attack that happens online, and usually it's all about making money. And it can range from something small, like hacking a person's email, to massive attacks on huge companies or even governments. And believe me, the consequences are devastatingly real. For an individual, it can mean losing your savings or going through some serious emotional distress. For an organization, a single attack can destroy their reputation and cost millions. And for the criminals, well, the end of the road for them is often serious legal trouble. So to protect ourselves, we first have to understand what we're up against. Let's play detective for a minute and dissect the anatomy of a cybercrime by looking at some of the most common types. A huge one is identity theft. This is when a criminal steals your personal info, your name, your bank details, your passwords, and then pretends to be you. The consequences can be just devastating, and it can take a really, really long time to fix. And then there's another threat, one that is unfortunately very common, and that's cyberbullying. This is when someone uses the internet to harass another person, to spread rumors or send hateful messages. It's incredibly harmful and can have serious effects on a person's mental health. And here's the crucial point. Words online can hurt just as much as they do in real life. And honestly, the list of threats is long. It includes hacking, which is breaking into private networks, cyberstalking, which is using tech to harass and threaten people, all kinds of financial fraud to trick people out of their money, and even digital piracy. And we hear about massive data breaches all the time, right? Where companies we trust end up losing our private information. Okay, I know that was a lot of scary stuff, but here's the good news. You are not powerless. This brings us to the most important part of this whole explainer, your guide to being a safe and responsible digital citizen. So what can you actually do? Well, it starts with the basics. Use strong passwords. Use two-factor authentication. Be really smart and aware of what you share and who you share it with. Keep your security software up to date. Think twice, maybe even 3 times before clicking a weird link. And most importantly, if something ever feels wrong or you see something that isn't right, tell an adult you trust. The core idea is simple. The same rules of safety you use in the real world, they apply online too. And really, that's what this all comes down to, accountability. As this great quote puts it, accountability in a virtual community is just as important as in a real one. Being a good digital citizen means owning your actions and decisions online and helping to create a safe and positive space for everyone else. So look, the digital world is a huge, powerful, and honestly pretty exciting place. It's a space that we all build and shape together with every single click, post, and comment. So the only question left is, what kind of citizen will you choose to be?